In planet Bangalore, craters and black holes abound. Money spent, lives are lost, reputations are damaged, but the black holes, potholes, endure. It's the most shameless kind of civic apathy that no one seems to be in a hurry to fix. Bangalore's residents are amongst the highest taxpayers in this country, but in turn they get roads which are death traps. Take a look at what has happened today. A mother-daughter duo were on their scooty in Rajaji Nagar when they hit a pothole and they skid. They fall and are tragically run over by a state transport bus. Both the mother Uma and daughter Vanita are in critical condition. But the BBMP continues to be in an ostrich-like state with its head buried in the sand. It says it's not even sure whether the accident happened due to the potholes or something else. Brazen, shameless apathy from a government body which claims to have spent 215 crore rupees fixing potholes in the last 5 years. 6 citizens have died this year alone because of these killer craters in the city. Protests, appeals, High Court reprimands. Nothing seems to have worked so far. Why are Bangalore's potholes unfixable? It's because of the attitude you will just see on display by the BBMP commissioner.
ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಘಟನೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಕೆಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದು ನಿಜ. ತಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಘಟನೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೆಡೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತನಿಖೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅವರು ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಅವರು ಏನು ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಯವರು. ಅದು ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ
ಸರ್ ಪರಿಹಾರ
ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ FIR ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿ.
We have not lost 1, 2, 3, 4. There are more than 15 deaths in Bangalore city on the roads just because of the potholes. So this means that the government is so insensitive, so thick-skinned that they are not bothered. Every other day, the people are dying on the roads because you cannot even fill the potholes. So this is the condition of Bangalore city.
I'm going straight across to my colleague Deepak Bopanna, who is joining us from Bangalore. Deepak, what I'm hearing from the BBMP commissioner, should we be surprised at all with this apathy that seems to be on display? Because the police that was on the spot has clearly said that the mother-daughter duo actually first skid on a pothole and then were run over by the bus. In fact, I believe the bus conductor or the bus driver is also under arrest.
Well, if there's one thing more unfortunate than us having to do such sort of stories, week after week, is the fact that the citizens who pay taxes so that they have good roads, don't get that. So it's quite unfortunate that they suffer, they die, they're getting injured. Today, the victim is hospitalized, at the risk of losing her limb. She's, fighting for her life. Doctors, in fact, tell us that, she's lost a lot of blood. They were waiting for, blood to be, coming to reaching the hospital because they were reaching out to donors as well for that. So this is the agony that the Bengalurians are going through. And what's their mistake? Well, most of the citizens in Bengaluru are law-abiding. They're paying their taxes. They're just hoping that the BBMP does its job and fix the roads. And that's not happening. In today's incident, that there's a massive, stretch which is completely pothole-ridden. And, when you have bikers regularly there, trying to really navigate through those stretches, finding it very hard to make their way through. Today, unfortunately for this mother-daughter duo, now they tried to dodge this pothole, they lost control, fell down, and the bus runs over nearly the entire leg of the mother. And she's suffering right now at the hospital. The daughter is in a state of shock. And the BBMP commissioner, yes, there has to be an investigation that has to go on. But, the reaction that comes in from him shows that, well, this sort of problems of the people are not affecting the BBMP anymore, which just look at it from a perspective of, well, there has to be an investigation and let us see after that what really happens. Because we've seen where there was a CCTV footage available of a pothole accident that took place, a few weeks ago, in fact, of an individual who lands on a pothole, and clearly at the time that he lands, he loses control, falls off. he had sustained some severe injuries on the head and eventually lost his life. During that time, there was a case booked against him for rash driving. And, there was no case that was booked against the BBMP initially, and the family had to go back to the police station after the funeral to have this portion included in the FIR. And today, the BBMP commissioner again says there will be an entire investigation, and then they'll look at if any compensation needs to be provided. Now, even before we talk about compensation, which is something that the BBMP has to do eventually if they are at fault, but what happens about accountability of fixing the roads in the first place so that such incidents do not really happen? And, so that the people are not put at risk. And today, the BBMP is supposed to be fixing the potholes. And when we arrived, we first visited the spot in the morning and then arrived again after a couple of hours to see that it was the traffic police who were more concerned about the road, the pothole. They, in fact, instructed a few laborers there or requested them that, a little bit of mud can be put on that area so that more motorists do not fall, do not suffer. The traffic police were doing the job of the BBMP, and we're not paying our taxes to the traffic police, or it's not their job to do that. But this is the situation in Bengaluru, and it's quite unfortunate how things continue to unfold.
It is unfortunate. And where does all the money that the government tells us has gone into fixing potholes go? Really down the potholes, it seems. We leave it there for the moment, Deepak. Thank you very much for joining us. Suresh Nelamangala is spokesperson for the BJP. He's joining us on the broadcast. Nagaraju Yadav is spokesperson of the Congress party, joining us on the broadcast. Dr Sudhir Krishna is a former secretary of the Ministry of Urban Development. He's with us on the show. And Sourabh Kumar is director, Potholes Raja. He's with us on the show as well. For obvious reasons, I'm first going to put my question to Sureshji. Sureshji, please help us understand why Bangalore's craters are unfixable. Your government doesn't seem to be in a position, despite all the money it has spent, be in a position to fix them. These are not black holes, sir, somewhere in the solar system. These are only potholes in the city of Bangalore, which is India's IT city, which gives IT solutions to the entire world. And it cannot fix its potholes, sir?
Shreya, first of all, I really wish a speedy recovery to the aged mother, who has succumbed to this injury. It's a really sad incident that should not have happened. That is the first thing. The second point, what I want to convey is this year, starting from March till today, Bangalore has received unprecedented heavy rainfall. Not in the last 50, 60 years, we have received so much rainfall. What this has done is, it has sort of made our roads, it's sort of taken toll on our roads. Having said that, in the Smart City project and the Nagarottana project, in phase 1, 94% of the total roads earmarked for white topping, we have already completed. That is basically on the arterial and the subarterial roads. However, there are some roads which are not marked for white topping, which need asphalting, which is not done yet. So why it is not done yet, or why the pothole fixing is not done yet, is because even now we are still seeing a lot of rain. Saturday, there was very heavy downpour that Bangalore saw, and Sunday also we saw a downpour. So every day, if you get rains, it becomes very difficult to work. So the moment the rain stops, I can assure you that the CM himself is personally monitoring this. There is a High Court monitored progress also that is happening right now, and the potholes will be fixed as soon as the rain stop. The main issue is the kind of rain.
So you are telling me, Sureshji, Sureshji, okay, I get the point you have made. Now the point that you are making is that blame it on the rain, it started falling. Is Bangalore the only city in India or in the world that gets rains? No, certainly not. Then what is the problem with Bangalore's roads? Under the Smart City project, Sourabh Kumar, I want you to respond to what Sureshji is saying. Under the Smart City project, Sureshji, every kilometer of road costs anywhere between 7.5 crores to 11 crore rupees. If that's the amount of money that is being spent, One downpour, three downpour, four downpours, and you'll start having potholes. And then you're saying because it continues to rain, we can't fix them. Let me take that question to Sourabh Kumar. Sourabh Kumar, do you buy what Suresh ji is saying? Blame it on the rain, it started falling, hum kya kare? Barish aa rahi hai.
See, to be really honest, the technology that exists in the current time enables us to fix pothole even in damp, rainy conditions too. Though one side it is also right that this time Bangalore has gotten the rain in very large quantity, but at the same time with proper use of technology and advanced technology, we can take care of our roads in much more better fashion. That's what we've been doing. We have been using cool technology to fix potholes in the last 6 years, and even during rain, we've been putting our efforts and fixing potholes. So it can be done. It's not that it cannot be done. It's just that we need to be a little bit more proactive in terms of identification and fixing on time. That's my take on this.
Would you want to come in here, Nagaraju Yadav? Fact is that there have been no elections in the BBMP for what? The last 2 years now? Last 2 years now?
Yeah, past 2 years.
So everything is with bureaucrats who don't seem to have any accountability. People can, people can drive on Bangalore's roads. They can hit potholes. They can skate. They can be run over by buses. And there's no accountability fixed.
The past 2 years, there is no local body elections have been conducted. That's one of the reasons. But one thing, what has happened today is not acceptable to any citizen in India, because this is not the way a city should be maintained. I'm not talking just because I am a politician belonging to Congress party to blame BJP. That is not my concern, because somebody's life is more important than anybody's politics today. This should be beyond politics. I'm asking is only one thing is, the past 5 years, more than 20,000 crores has been spent to build the roads in Bangalore city. What has happened to the money? For pothole filling itself, every time they say we got 30 crores, 40 crores, they keep saying, the corporation commissioner keeps saying, almost around 250 crore rupees been drawn just to fill up the potholes. But today, no results have come. Rain is not the reason for this. It's actually the commitment of the corporation authorities, and they don't have a transparent way of administration, or they don't have a technology in their place to see that these things have been addressed. Rain is not the reason for all these things. They don't have any commitment to the people of Bangalore. They just want people to die every week. Every week we find somebody dying in an accident, and today's accident is completely only because of the pothole. Nothing to do with the bus driver or anything else. It is completely only because of the pothole. And the person who got injured today happened to avoid the pothole and got into the bus. It's definitely the BBMP is responsible for this, and the High Court has come out very strong against the Karnataka government and the BBMP number of times, calling the commissioner and asking him whether the Prime Minister or the President of India should visit Bangalore to make the roads all right or what. These are the questions asked by the High Court judges today. Even after that, they are not able to fix this problem, which is unfortunate. And I'm kindly telling you this, Bangalore is one of the fastest growing city in the world, and IT city has become a garbage city and a pothole city, which is not acceptable to any citizen in Bangalore.
Suresh ji, would you want to come in here? It's only when the Prime Minister comes that Bangalore's roads are makhan. Otherwise, they are what they are for the regular citizen of Bangalore who pays taxes. Roads which have been built using 20,000 crore rupees. These are your figures. And roads which after rains, and you say very heavy rains, but after rains will be filled with potholes.
No, Shreya.
What kind of roads are these in the first place? Is there no quality check on the roads that are being built?
I will tell you.
20,000 crore rupees is a lot of money.
So two, three things, Shreya. So those roads which right now have developed potholes are the asphalted roads and not the white-topped roads. So those roads which are in really bad condition right now are those roads where the metro construction is currently happening. If you look at the Whitefield line, or if you look at the Magdi Road line, if you look at the Nagawara line, or even the current airport line, wherever the metro work is happening, there is a lot of earthwork that has happened and a lot of construction that is going on that has made even if you see your screen now, those are the roads which are below the metro. So there is this binding on the BMRCL to actually re-asphalt these roads. So these things will be done. If you see the Whitefield line, especially, the metro work is almost complete. They're doing the test run right now. So once the test run is complete, they will completely re-asphalt the roads. At least 70% of the roads, specifically in West Zone, in North Zone and South Zone and the Rajarajeshwari Nagar zone, are already completed. The challenge is in the East Zone and the Mahadevpura zone, where the metro work is happening all along the outer ring road as well as towards Whitefield. So I agree, that there should be some kind of commitment, and the officials should be on a war footing to fix these issues. That is a point taken.
No, the commitment is never there. The commitment is never there. In the last 1 year, we have reported on 6 deaths. Forget the number of accidents that have happened because of potholes. 6 deaths. With the commitment, we have not seen the commitment in the last 1 year, even once. Even today, what is the BBMP commissioner saying? We'll investigate what was the reason of this accident. We don't even know whether it's potholes. Look at the pictures. The pictures are clear. Every eyewitness standing there is telling you what is happening, but like an ostrich with its head in the sand, if you don't want to see the obvious, if you don't want to see the reality, what can one do? Also, as I keep saying, there's no accountability. BBMP has been with the bureaucrats for the last 2 years because you have decided not to hold elections. You will hold assembly elections, but you will not hold BBMP elections. I mean, how does that even make sense? Dr. Sudhir Krishna, come in here.
The matter is in the court, Shreya. So please let us.
The matter is in court.
BJP
the matter is in the Supreme Court because elections have not been held.
Please. Correct. No, the reason is because of the redrawing of the wards, increasing the wards to 243, doing the reservations. So there are some technical issues there. It is not the BJP, which is as if it's not in our control, that we are trying to not hold the elections.
But how will you explain technical issues? How will you explain technical issues about why roads in Bangalore have potholes because of metro work, etc., to families who are losing their people? Deepak was on the broadcast at the beginning of the show saying that the mother is critical. Dr. Sudhir Krishna, what is it about roads? 20,000 crore rupees spent building Bangalore's roads. This is India's IT city. And yet, look at the headlines that come out from India's IT city every week.
In my opinion, there is a management issue in the first instance. Money in olden times, some 20, 30 years ago, municipal bodies used to be extremely short of funds. But today, over the years, because of the financial support by the successive finance commission, both central and state finance commissions, the municipal bodies are generally having good amount of money. So money constraint is over now. Over last some years, I see money is not the issue. What has happened in my view, that the management of road, the upkeep of roads is not being given attention in a scientific manner. In olden times, there used to be road supervisors, for stretches of road. Now the system has gone where the contract is given. Now the contractor will take up the work in course of time, not when the potholes occur immediately. Now roads have to be maintained on a regular basis, not when the potholes become too large. And too large, there is no end, they become large and larger and larger. Whereas it should be maintained on a daily basis, weekly basis, that is one thing. No pothole should be allowed to grow this much. That is one part. Secondly, the road design also needs a reconsideration, because the road design should include not only the road proper, but also the drainage system and the walkways. Now, if the drainage system is not maintained along with the road, therefore the rainwater stagnates on the surface of this blacktop surface, and the surface gets eroded. So that is the second problem. Third is the road facilities also, street lights, the zebra crossing, and these things have to be maintained. And fourthly, I think a little longish term, but not too long also, I think our country, cities are depending too much on two-wheelers now. This is a crowded system, in mixed traffic, where is on the same road, buses, auto rickshaws, as you are seeing in the picture, two-wheelers and too many two-wheelers. Why people are using two-wheelers? Because public transport and the last mile connectivity has become a big challenge. Even if you want to take metro from house to the metro station, particularly women find it very difficult. Even men also, children, congestion. So they will immediately, the most convenient thing ultimately for people is to take their two-wheelers. If you, then all the accidents that you have shown on your screen, everything is because of two-wheeler based, accidents. So I think a time has come when mass transport system, public transport system has to be encouraged and made more convenient, along with walkways, along with, bicycle path, along with this thing, I would say that, you can reach a metro station more conveniently by walking or by using your cycle, or maybe, the small buses can be plied to you reach the metro, use the BRT. Bangalore has got excellent BRT system, one of the best in the country. Bangalore has got a very nice metro rail systems, and these can be taken away. People should not be, given a situation where they are, I know so many people in Bangalore and other cities who say that they are forced to take their two-wheelers. I don't think no country in the world uses so much of two-wheeler for day-to-day transportation in the city. So I think it is high time that short term I said that
what choice do people have?
Pothole cannot be
There is
allowed
no
to
choice. Mr. Krishna,
Yes.
people don't have a choice. That's the problem, because public transport in our country sucks. That's the only word to use for it. And no government, they'll say, okay, metro bana diya, but I mean, no one is in the mood to fix it. And my own sense is that craters in the moon can be fixed, but craters on Bangalore's roads cannot be fixed. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Suresh ji, Nagaraju Yadav, Dr Sudhir Krishna and Sourabh Kumar for joining us on this broadcast and on that horrifying story that's once again coming out of Bangalore. Now we